this morning we are driving up to the track called Les Lions, the Lions. Which is our track that we use for speed work. We go through the woods if you want to have a look at where we're going here. It's in the forest of Chantilly, one of probably the nicest training center in the world. And the track that we're going to is a 4-kilometer uphill straight gallop. And we don't use obviously all 4 kilometers of it because we will be going quicker today. So we use about a mile of it, actually, about 1,600 meters. And to get to it, we have to go through this lovely drive. Of course, the horses will be walking up the hill and having a trot and a warm-up before we see them. And we go to a vantage point where we can see them at probably their peak effort during this workout. And this is part of our training that we do usually 2 or sometimes 3 times a week. It's a good hard work for the horses, and it's where we do our faster work, our speed work. And the uphill is just so good for building the hindquarters. We climb up the hill at a walk. We do a long trot across over the track. We do a hat canter down the serpentine, walk across this piste-là there, do another hat canter straight down the American to the 1,500 mark of the Lion. And then we do a mile gallop up the Lion at good speed. And then we stop, we pull up, and we do a trot back on the flat part, and then we walk down the hill home. And that's the usual routine for our canter. So today we're going to see 3 horses work. We're going to see Faster, we're going to see Night Candle, and D'été Nouvelles. D'été Nouvelles, sorry, horrible name. 3 3-year-old fillies. And today they're just going to work one after the other. They're not going to come up sides. Earlier in the week with sometimes we come up sides when we take a horse and a leader and come up 2 by 2. It's called head to head. Today we're just going to, just to burn off a bit of the gas. It's quite hot today, so I don't want to stress them out too much. So that's today's work. Elle est horrible au galop, c'était comme un ballon.
Ah non, ça a été?
Ouais.
Ah, c'est bien comporté, oui.
So this is the part of the piece they call l'américaine. Not sure why they call it that, but it's straight, unlike the serpentine, and it goes all the way down to the bottom of the Lion. And alongside of that, you can go off it at various places along the track, and that's what gets us down to our starting point. This is the actual Lion track. As we said before, it starts down at the hippodrome and climbs gradually uphill and goes 4 kilometers all the way to the top. The steepest part of the hill is just after the railroad bridge, which is where the sun is shining on it right there. And we work about a mile piece of it, coming on down there and galloping past that area where the horses are going across right now is known as the guard. There's a guy sitting on his ass, also known as the guard, who is taking up a salary at France Gallo for doing quite what, we're not sure. But he's supposed to be directing traffic, but I call it the breakfast club because every time I come, he's kind of sitting there either smoking or hanging out with his buds, and he really actually doesn't give a shit about what goes on in this track. So as far as we can see, we had somebody fall off in a loose horse the other day, and he was no help at all. But anyway, not indicative of other people at France Gallo who can be very helpful. That's faster. Night candle. And des nouvelles. Hope you enjoyed this little look at some of the facilities we have access to here. That track is just, well, it's one of the main ones that we use, but we have access to a lot more than that. It's a fantastic facility. Leave a comment. Tell us how you train where you are, wherever you are, and what you think of where we train. Thanks for coming along. Subscribe, very important. Like and share with your friends. See you next week.